Imagine visiting family abroad, and when you return, you are brought into a room at the airport, patted down, and endure hours of questions. That's what happens to some people who are part of an FBI watch list. And while its mission is to keep our nation safe, some people on the list claim that their only crime is their faith. ABC's Trevor Ault brings us this in-depth report.
They're subject to pat-downs, hours-long detentions, and extensive questioning, but they've never had a trial. They are the many people on America's terrorist screening watch list.
It just ended up becoming this traumatic thing for us to ever fly again. I decided not to enroll a semester at Harvard because this had gone out of hand. My kids were having nightmares every night.
Zainab Merchant is a mother of 4 and a U.S. citizen, and she spent years on the watch list with no answers. She and her family were first detained by American officials in 2016, coming back to the United States from a wedding in Canada.
My husband was questioned for quite a while, and I was holding the baby, and then it was my turn. We were there overnight. All I remember is maybe we're gonna die today because, I don't know why this is happening to us. From that moment onwards, it was just scare tactics after scare tactics.
The federal watch list was created in response to the September 11th attacks. There is no due process for people added to it, nor any official way to find out who has been added. But we do know over the past 20 years, the list has grown to the point that now, according to the ACLU, an estimated 1.6 million people are on it. And unlike the no-fly list, which outright prevents people from flying, the watch list does permit people to fly. They're just subjected to extra security, sometimes extensively, when either flying or crossing the border. The Terrorist Screening Center says people on the watch list are known to be or reasonably suspected of being involved in terrorist activities. But Zainab says the only thing she's guilty of is being Muslim.
We have somebody following us the entire time, from the security all the way to the boarding gate. They're right there. It was just us who would get stopped. The children were taken away from us, and they were subjected to extra screening as well. They were being treated as criminals, no matter how little they were.
Zainab says things took a turn when she was approached by FBI agents in Orlando.
There were 2 agents that contacted me. They said that we need information about your mosque and your community. And if you help us be an informant, we will help you get off this watch listing program. And I said, absolutely not. I'm a mom. I'm not a spy. I don't care if I'm going to be on this longer. I'm just not going to do this.
ABC News reached out to the FBI for comment. Their response, the TSC can neither confirm nor deny whether an individual is on the watch list.
After that meeting, my treatment got progressively worse. There was a time where they took my laptop and they released a whole bomb squad on me at the airport. There was a time when dogs were unleashed on me. They took out a whole team of dogs to search me.
And then there was this harrowing incident at Logan Airport in Boston.
That day, they were trying to strip me of my dignity when they didn't believe that I was on my period. Even though I went on through the scan, everything was clear. The female officers patted me down and they said there's something in my groin area. And I said, yeah, it's my pad. I'm on my period. And I remember them snickering at each other. And they said, we need to do a private screening of your groin area. They said, you can't turn back. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be shot, or I cooperate with them. I said my final prayers as a Muslim. I had no one to call and no one to say anything to. It's that feeling of utter helplessness, and just, I was ready to die. And they removed my pants and they saw the blood everywhere, and they quickly just scurried out of the closet.
There are many others like her. 69-year-old Abdul Qadir Nur, who goes by Inu, is also a U.S. citizen and also on the watch list. He's done humanitarian work with the UN in his native Somalia and all over the world. That work requires him to travel frequently, but every time he does, his boarding passes are marked with these 4 S's. It means secondary security screening selection. In addition to extensive questioning, he says every time he travels, his electronics get confiscated.
This is how the government sent back his phone.
You know, when I fly worldwide, I've never had any problem. Actually, I've been respected and welcome everywhere. But when I'm coming to my country, United States, I feel like I'm criminal.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
No.
Have you ever been charged with a crime?
No.
Have you ever been investigated for committing a crime?
No.
According to TSA, a typical enhanced screening process takes 10 to 15 minutes. But Inu and Zaineb say they've both missed flights due to secondary questioning at airports, even when they arrived 3 to 4 hours early. Inu has now filed a lawsuit with the Muslim civil rights group CARE in hopes of removing himself from the watch list. That process, even if it's successful, could take years.
It's possible that he gets removed from the list and never finds out why he got put on it.
While the watch list is largely shrouded in secrecy, the government and some experts insist it's a necessary security tool to protect the United States from further terrorist attacks.
The terrorist threat facing the United States after 9/11 was from Al-Qaeda and then ISIS and their affiliates, and that was from one side of the Muslim sort of world. We still need a watch listing system and enterprise. I just think it needs to be refined. It needs to be optimized.
Zaineb says she was taken off the list shortly after this.
Why? Why is this happening to me? Is it because I'm Muslim? Is it because of my name?
She was invited to a closed-door meeting between the FBI, TSA, and members of the Muslim community in Orlando. She confronted them about her experience with law enforcement at the airport.
I see a familiar face right there, Agent. You know me. You've taken me out to dinner at Seasons 52 and asked me blatantly to be an informant. Is this about entrapment? Is it that because I denied to be an informant? Why am I being profiled? I just spoke my truth. After that meeting, there was somebody who made something happen for me to get off this unjust system.
But the sting has lingered. Some of her family members have distanced themselves from her.
It got to a point where people were giving us silent treatment. Some of them haven't spoken to us since. This thing took a lot away from us.
But she's now using her experience as a reason to help others. Since she was taken off the watch list, she's earned a master's degree in journalism from Harvard, and she wants to shed light on this issue.
I don't fear this anymore. It also built me up to be that voice for people who don't have any. Even though I might be off the system, I am not really free until every one of them gets justice.
Our thanks to Trevor for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.